What is up, everyone? Happy Friday, also known as my favorite day to playing NBA DFS. So, for the next 5 or 6 minutes, I'm just going to ramble on here. Hopefully, this makes somewhat sense. Today, I'm not targeting any games. I'm more wanting to go through the different tiers to set my lineup. And at the top, I think the center position is interesting. Anthony Davis is supposed to play not as many minutes, so I don't want to deal with him. I liked Embiid until I realized that Tobias Harris is on track to play tonight, and plus on top of it, Embiid's got the flu. So you don't know. It's hard to see when players acquire new players how they'll play out. So you could go. I got 2 options or 3 options of center. I'm liking Dwight Powell. I've always liked him, but it's hard to play him when he comes off the bench. He's starting now. And Milwaukee, Brooke Lopez, he should have no problem with. And even if they go small, Dwight Powell, he's not 7 feet. He can play small ball too. So I think he's going to play hopefully 30 minutes. So I like Powell a lot. And I like Jokic, especially if Embiid doesn't play. But I think his ownership will be sky high if Embiid doesn't play. And Jokic, it's hard for me to pick which game he's going to hit 60-plus in. An underrated game that won't get much attention today is going to be this Pistons and Knicks game. I know they just played, and you can't rely on the same game flow happening. I like Blake Griffin, but Andre Drummond, I think everyone's going to look past him. No one's talked about him. Past 3 to 4 games, above 50 points. I think everyone's on the Greek Freak tonight. But what if the Greek Freak only gets about 54 points and Drummond comes in with 50 points? He's 3,000 less. So I really like Drummond. In the past, he's also been hard to pinpoint. I think against the Knicks, I know they have DeAndre Jordan, but he's not a player to be worried about, especially if Andre Drummond's skill sets. So the different tiers, I think it's in the past, I've tried to fit 2 10K or 2 9K players in. I think for times like this that we're in now for NBA DFS, that's a mistake. Also, no one's talking about Curry and Durant, and it's probably because it's hard to see which one is going to go off that particular night. Also, since we're not really picking a big time star over 11K or 10K, I like Luka Doncic as well. He should be able to put up Greek Freak numbers, and he's $2,000 cheaper. So going on into the tiers here, into the 7,000 range, I like Markkanen. More people are under him, but he's playing the Nets. He has Otto Porter's entering the starting lineup. But the Bulls don't have any shooters, especially if Levine misses this game and he's questionable. So I'm sticking with Markkanen, going back to the well. It's so funny that everyone's on Bledsoe today. Well, yeah, when you score 50-plus points, everyone's going to be on you, but only 7% of the people played him last game. I was one of those people. I was caught some of that game. He looked really good, but everyone looks good against the Wizards. I'll probably have some exposure to him, even though he'll probably be highly owned due to his price. We go into the 5,000s. So I don't really like any of the 6,000 players. I also think it's kind of funny that the Pelicans and Timberwolves game is, I think, the highest projected game total right now. It's that or the Warriors Suns game. Can't remember. I like Nance a lot today. I think he's too cheap, and he's going against this Wizards team. He should own them on the boards. I also like Dan Smith Jr. I think he's going to be able to play most minutes on this Knicks team. I mean, Fizdale could always mess with his rotation, which would kind of screw us over, but I think Dennis Smith Jr. is a great play. Going down, see, this $5,000 range is my favorite today. So everyone's going to be on Brogdon as well. I think I'm having him on one or both my lineups. But a great pivot off of Brogdon is a little riskier. Is going to be Reggie Jackson. He should be lower owned today because of Brogdon. I mean, you could fit both of them on your team too, because they're at 5,600. That's really cheap for them. If Millsap is out, Mason Plumlee, of course. Like, we don't want to play Bobby Portis. You don't know what he's going to do on that team, what kind of role he's going to have. Same goes for Harrison Barnes. I like Kay Williams, but he's probably not going to start anymore. It seems the Pelicans have their team back today. So, and I think they're going to blow the Timberwolves out. So, Kay Williams, I'm sorry, I got to retire you for now. I really like DeMar Carroll in this 4,000 range. I know he just had a 49-point game, which I don't care for. I mean, it's good, but you don't want to reach because of the points. But he's solid for 25 and up. Let's see here. I think that's going to be... Yeah, I think Darius Miller is still starting, but it's always hard to gauge. Maybe for cash games, but not for GPP. So what I'm also trying to do is I don't want to go below $4,000 range. To me, especially today, it's very hit or miss. And they can definitely... Basically, they can definitely screw up your lineup more than they can help you. I mean, as of now, but who knows, as a half hour before game time, someone might be injured and you want to put, like, Embiid may not play and want to put Bolden in. Still wouldn't do that, but maybe something else opens up to consider that. But yeah, I don't want to play too many 10K plus players anymore. Maybe just one, and then you play someone in the $7,000 range, and then most between $5,000 and $6,000. I think the strategy I'm going to go. Although today I really like Luka Doncic and Andre Drummond, and then you can pay down to Markkanen, and then just the $5,000 to $6,500 range, I think is where it's going to be at least for me. So hopefully that strategy works today. Let me know what your strategy for tonight's going to be. And thank you so much for watching, for subscribing, for liking. And I will see you tomorrow, most likely. Probably.